Hi, this is Mrs. Robertson, and today we are going to be doing Chapter 1, Lesson 5, and we have a lot of vocabulary in this lesson. So, go to page 47, and let's follow along here as we learn about these words. The coordinate plane is formed when two perpendicular number lines intersect at their 0 points. Okay, this is the 0 points. The point is called the origin. See that spot right there? This is called the origin. So let's write it down on the answer blank. O-R-I-G-I-N. And it is known as 0, 0. That's an ordered pair right there. The horizontal number line is called the x-axis. This is the horizontal one. This is the x-axis. A-X-I-S. And the vertical number line is called the y-axis. This is the vertical one. It's called the y-axis. Notice the y there at the top. Often they'll have the little y here to help you remember, and they'll have a little x there. An ordered pair, such as 2, 3, is a pair of numbers used to locate a point on the coordinate plane. Okay, this is called an ordered pair. Now, I think you've been exposed to this before. The first number tells you which way to go this way. It's the horizontal. It's the x-axis. And the second number is the y-axis. It's the one that goes up and down. Remember, you have to walk to an elevator before you can go up or down it. So that's why it's horizontal before you can go up and down. Think of it maybe that way. Now let's go to page 48. Graph ordered pairs. Oh, and they're going to say the same thing I just did. You can use an ordered pair to name any point on the coordinate plane. The first number in an ordered pair is the x-coordinate. Let's put a horizontal line so we know that it goes that way. And the second is the y-coordinate. Put a vertical line so you know it goes up and down. The x-coordinate corresponds to the number on the x-axis and the y to the y-axis. You can express information in a table as a set of ordered pairs. To see patterns, graph the ordered pairs on the coordinate plane. Okay, let's look at the next example. I sort of like doing the graphing things. I think it's sort of fun to do. Okay, the table shows the cost in dollars to create CDs of digital photos at a photo shop. The table also shows this information as ordered pairs. Number of CDs, that is your X, and cost in dollars is your Y. Okay? Graph the ordered pairs. Start at the origin using the x-coordinate and move along the x-axis. Then use the y-coordinate and move along the y-axis. Draw a dot at each point. So we have the ordered pair 1, 3. Over 1, up 3. That's that ordered pair there. For the next one, we have the ordered pair 2, 6. Go over 2, up 6. And the next one is 3, 9. Over 3, up 9. Any questions? You all know how to graph them? The first one goes this way. The second one goes up and down. Okay, describe the pattern in the graph. Well, the points appear in a line. You can connect these. Look, if you connect the dots, they make a straight line almost. They do, don't they? So, the cost increases by $3 for every CD. Yep. The amount of money, because this is the money, notice the label there, it went up $3, $3. Okay, it says, do these problems to find out. The table shows Gloria's earnings for 1, 2, and 3 hours. The table also lists this information as ordered pairs. Graph the ordered pairs into the graph over here and then describe the patterns. All right, kids, go ahead and do that. Now, if you look at the graph on the left side, they go by 2s. So if you're graphing 1, 5, you go over 1. 5 would be located in between the 4 and the 6. Do you see how to do that? Most of you would have known that, right? You would have done that. The next one, 2, 10 over 2, up 10, 3, 15 over 3. It's in between the 14 and 16. All right, and how would you describe it? Who wants to tell me? How would you describe that, the pattern? How would you describe that? Okay, Jackson?
Going up by 5.
They're going up by 5, and it forms a? Yes, a straight line. It forms a straight line going up by 5. A straight line increasing by 5, or going up by 5. Okay, any questions on that? Pretty easy so far? I think you like this lesson. Let's go on to page 49. Compare ratios. Okay, you can use tables and graphs to compare ratios. The greater the ratio, the steeper the line appears. Now, steepness. That means which of these lines, there's a line and there's a line. Which one is steeper? Is line A the steepest one or line B? Which one is steeper? No, B. Steeper means it's more of a direct, it's almost up and down. It's closer to being up and down, okay? So, if you didn't know what the word steeper meant, you'd get this wrong. So B is the steeper one, okay? Just so we have an idea we have a visual of what steepness is, all right? So now that we know what steepness is, let's go on and look at the example. 2 friends are making scrapbooks. Renee places 4 photos on each page of her scrapbook. Gina places 6 photos on each page of her scrapbook. Make a table for each scrapbook that shows the total number of photos placed if each book has 1, 2, 3, or 4 pages. List the information as ordered pairs. Okay, so that's what they did. Then, they graphed it. Okay, they used 2 different colors. Now, kids, if you don't have 2 different colors, you could use a dot and an X to represent 2 different people, okay? But if you have 2 different colors, that's always nice. All right, so here we can see Renee's, and here we see Gina's. All right, any questions on how they dotted it? Now, let's say you didn't have it. You could put little X's for Gina's, so you could figure out that those are Gina's. Gina gets the X, and Renee has the dot. So then you could still see the difference and have the same colors. How does the ratio of photos to each page compare for each person? And how is this shown on the graph? Well, the ratio of photos to pages for Renee's scrapbook is 4:1, while the ratio for Gina's is 6:1. On the graph, both sets of points appear to be in a straight line, but the line for Gina is steeper. It's closer to being a vertical line. Okay? Any questions on how they described it? So, if you're asked to describe something, you can say if it's a straight line, and then you can say it's one steeper than the other one. Those are 2 math descriptions that they like for you to use. Okay, let's go to the next page. We're going to do the guided practice, and then I have a worksheet for you to do. All right, here we go. 2 friends are each saving money in their bank accounts. Marcus saves $10 each week, while David saves $15 each week. Make a table for each friend that shows the total amount saved for 1, 2, 3, and 4 weeks. List the information as ordered pairs. All right, kids. So week 1, Marcus, he is saving $10. So for the first week, we have 1, 10. So you would write that as 1, 10, and yes, you have to put the parentheses around it. You understand? So for the next one, 2 weeks, he's up to 20. 2, 20. And don't forget the parentheses. The next week, 30. 3, comma, 30. 4, 40. 4, comma, 40. Any questions? Go ahead and fill the other one out. David is $15. Two 15s is 30. 3 of them will be 45. And 4 of them will be 60. As I said, you have to put the ordered pairs, have the parentheses around them. Now we're going to graph. I think for Marcus I'll use an X, and for David I'm going to be using a dot, okay? So let's graph our ordered pairs down below. Here we go. So 1, 10 for Marcus. I'm going to do Marcus's first. 2, 20. Now if you have other colors, you can just do other colors. 3, 30. 4, 40. Now for David, I'll use a dot. 1, 15. 2, 30. 3, 45. 4, 60. All right. You can tell the difference between the dot and the X there. How do the ratios of Marcus's savings and David's savings compare? How is this shown on the graph? Okay, what would you like to say? There are 2 statements you can use. One of them is what? Let's see. Yes, it's Star. Is it Olivia? What were you going to say? They form a straight line. Both form a straight line. What else can you tell me? What's another factual statement, Bella? David's is steeper. Yeah, greater. David's is greater or steeper. Or you could use the word greater. You don't have to put this in. Then Marcus. Any questions on this, kids? Okay, we're going to go ahead. It says, building on the essential question, how can graphing help solve a problem involving ratios? Well, a graph shows which ratio is greater when comparing 2 ratios. So you can tell that this ratio is greater than that one because it's steeper. Okay, so we're going to do, you're just going to be practice graphing ordered pairs, and let's do the homework practice side first, and then we'll determine if we need to do the skills practice. We have time here, so there we go. To the homework practice. Oh, we have lots of time today. This is good. If you get the homework practice side finished, let me stop that for you. You'll find your worksheet in the email that I send you.